here for Suicide Prevention Awareness Month. And we're just gonna take the time to share each other like on our stories. And I can pass it on to Natalia.
Hello everyone, hola a todos. My name is Natalia, yo me llamo Natalia, and this is my story. So I'm a senior at Windsor High School in Windsor in Sonoma County, and I just wanted to share my story about how student burnout really led to me, having very, negative thoughts. So yeah. So I am a first generation student and hopefully a first generation college student soon, next year. So I've always had a fear of failure and overachieving because I don't want to let my parents down. So, I always strived in school and I always try to do my best. And with that came some, repercussions. I wasn't as social as my other peers. And I don't know, I just tried too much in school, I think, that I just ignored all the fun of it. So my freshman year of high school, it was really different because middle school's over and everyone just, they grew apart. And I didn't have any friends, which sounds kind of sad, but it's fine. I'm okay now. But I was in an honors corps, so I was in like 3 honors classes my freshman year. And my town is very predominantly white. So I was like one of the 10 minorities in my corps. So yeah, I didn't feel that included. So I always felt like I was, fighting against the odds, always trying to overachieve despite having, not that many resources. For example, I didn't have like my own laptop until like this year. So I had to share like the family one. And I don't know, I just had a lot of other stuff going on, like also being the older sister. So I couldn't dedicate as much time to, I don't know, being a perfect student, like doing like sports and stuff like that. So I also didn't have any type of support. It was just me in school. And yeah, so I focused too much on my grades, I think. So when I got my first B, I got really sad. And there was a point where I just stopped doing my homework because I felt like I was a failure. And, I thought, oh, I'm burnt out. I did my best. This is all I can do because the previous summer I didn't get valedictorian in middle school by like 1 decimal. And I just like made a huge deal out of it. And I just tortured myself on and on. And creating this narrative in my mind that I'm doing this to myself and I don't know, I don't deserve it, that I'm just, self-sabotaging. So, I felt alone and lost. And yeah, I didn't really feel supported in any way. And I didn't want to tell my parents because, in our culture, you have to be strong. And compared to what my parents have done, I thought, oh, this is nothing. I don't really want to bother them. So I just didn't really talk about it. And my mom always asked me, oh, ¿estás bien? And I would be like, sí, estoy bien. But, inside, I always felt like, I don't know, I just felt really alone and like I just wanted to be alone. So yeah, and there was like this just one night where I just felt like I was like just sad. That's it. Like I didn't feel anything. I just felt like numb. Like I'm not gonna experience things. I don't have any friends. Focus on school only to receive like letters and numbers. And yeah, I don't know. I just contemplated just I don't know, just like trying to go away. And yeah, that's when I thought, oh, this isn't good. So luckily this girl who's now my very close friend started talking to me. And I don't know, she always like kind of understood me. So I'm really glad to still have her as my friend. And sophomore year came around and we started talking more and more. And well, yeah, I didn't feel so alone anymore. So yeah, that's how student burnout really affected my mental health in a really intense way, and also the lack of support from my peers or people I thought were my friends. But also I kind of wanted to talk about the suicide um, rates among the LGBTQIA plus community. For example, like in 2015, there was this survey that went around by the National Center of Transgender Equality, and it found that the prevalence of suicide thoughts and attempts among transgender adults was significantly higher than the US general population. And, this all came from homophobia, transphobia, and all the hate that the community faces. And I just thought that really applies to, most minorities. Also, another study in 2016 found that 17% of LGBTQ adults had attempted suicide during their lifetime, compared with the 2.4 general US population. The suicide rates among the LGBTQIA community are really high, and that comes from the hate and discrimination that people feel, and also, that sense of isolation as well, that they just feel alone and unsupported, and I'm like, oh, I felt unsupported too. So yeah, I strongly relate to what lots of people feel. And I don't know, I just really don't know what my point was. I just hate that people just feel the need to hate on other people for being themselves, and how that just ends up in more people harming not each other but themselves because of how intense, that those feelings of hatred or just, I don't know, discrimination are. So yeah, I thought that was a really important thing to highlight, because it's been going on for a while, and I don't really hear many people talking about it, although it's a very present issue that needs to be talked about. Talking about isolation, I want to talk about how the pandemic that's been going on for 2 years almost has really caused many people to feel isolated and detached from the world, especially the impact that it's had on health professionals. Because, knowing that death is everywhere and that it can just suddenly occur to anyone, and they can't do anything about it because it's something that just can happen in an instant and take someone away. Just the grief and the loss that people have experienced has really contributed to this downward spiral of people's mental health, and in essence they're physically and mentally unsupported because they can't talk to anyone. They're quarantined at home. For example, I didn't talk to my friends most of the pandemic, and it's been a year, but now that I'm back in school, I talk to them. It's time has never passed, but still it took a huge toll on everyone's mental health. And I didn't really look into studies, but I'm pretty sure that many people can say that they really felt really sad and lost due to the pandemic, and especially all the deaths that happened. So yeah, I thought I'd end on that note because it's more relevant to what's going on right now. And among sharing my story with you all, I thought I'd just share a piece of advice for anyone who might be suffering right now, or just struggling to cope with all these negative emotions that hopefully don't ever lead to any negative thoughts or anything. And it's just that things, sounds cliche, but things do get better. Either people will find you that really support you, or you can find those people. I don't know, I think hobbies just really help. Music really helped me, just cope with everything. And just playing guitar, just, I don't know, baking, or going outside and just appreciating that, you're living on earth and you should just really appreciate your time there. Just know that you're supported by someone. And if you feel like you're not, I support you. I support everyone. And yeah, just, anyone want to comment?
I just wanted to say thank you for sharing your story. I really liked that you highlighted a lot of the present events now, going on with COVID, and even LGBTQ discrimination, and how that correlates with suicide, and how we're here trying to raise awareness for that. I think it's really nice.
Yeah, I just want to say thank you for sharing with us, and crucial part of your story is like you trying to be stronger because you're trying to show somebody else that you're stronger, but you might feel, weak sometimes, and it's fine. The only thing I would say is like it's okay to not be okay. That's always that you gotta remember. There's good times, but there's also bad times, and you gotta remember that it's gonna keep going and get better.
Yeah, I'm also glad that you said that you have like your best friend like since freshman year. I think that's really nice. I think a lot of people, like especially with quarantine, like have lost a lot of friends and like don't stay in touch, like exactly what you said. So I think it's special that you have that person that you can come up to for anything, and that just helps you. I think that's really nice.
I was just gonna say, you know what the funny thing is that we didn't talk for like most of the quarantine, so like we didn't talk for a year. Um, but we're still like close. It's just that I don't know, we just understand each other. Like she doesn't talk that much or text. Like I don't really text people and she doesn't either that much. So I don't know. That's basically why we were friends. So
Yeah, I would say that's kind of the same experience with me and like my friends at school. I didn't really talk a lot with them, but it was nice like coming back and knowing that that friendship was still there and that like exactly what you said. It was like time has passed, yet it felt like no time has passed in the sense of like our friendship was the exact same as like when we left like sophomore year, or whatever year we were in. Hi, I'm Mariana. I'm 16 and I'm a senior at Montgomery High School. And a little bit of my story is that I'm first gen, just like Natalia, and I'm sure a lot of us. This is something that, is a big part of my identity. And, like I identify a lot as first generation. And it's like, even though it's had its good and its bads, like I've struggled with accepting that I am first generation and that a lot of it does come with more difficulties than like other people. But I'm still grateful that I have this opportunity to like share or like prove others that I can, and first generation like students and especially like people of color can, do it. But a lot of it has been like feeling that I can't complain because I feel like a lot of us always grow up hearing that our parents, grew up very poor with nothing to eat on the table, uncertain times, like not feeling safe. And it's just been a lot, hearing all those stories and being like, whoa, like I really am privileged. Like I really am fortunate to like be here and like just like have a completely different life because of the sacrifices my parents made. But even though I am fortunate, it feels like a burden sometimes. It feels like I can't ever complain, even though like sometimes I need to. Like I feel like it's natural for others to like complain and like just not complain maybe, but like just not feel good. And when you're not feeling good, you need someone to talk to. And like it's been hard sometimes when you don't have someone to talk to because you don't feel like you can. Another is like having the sense of responsibility. Like Natalia, I am also an older sibling. Like it's been hard, having to feel like you have to carry the family legacy and like and continue on the culture and like the traditions, but also having to like adjust to the American lifestyle because it's different. We share the same culture as our family, yet we don't have the same lifestyle that we grew up like with them. I don't know. And also feeling like I'm an imposter, like imposter syndrome. I've also like been involved with like a lot of like academic like honors courses, and like since middle school I've always felt like I never like belonged. I've always never felt in my element, and I've never like felt really truly comfortable, and I've always found myself comparing myself to other people, like especially like my white peers. I've always been like, oh, am I not good enough? Am I not smart enough? Do I even deserve to be like in this like honors class or IB class, whatever it is, And like that's something that's been a lot. But then my motivation is also my family, I have to keep going. I have to like stay educated, whatever that means. But I guess like something that's a challenge now it would be just like senior year and like going through like seeing whether like, oh, are you going to get into college, like the whole application process. It's hard and it's difficult, especially when you don't know, or when I don't know what I want to do, it can get a little complicated and discouraging, especially when you don't see a lot of your family members go to college. And it's like they always tell you go to college, but it's like, but I know I should go to college, but I don't know why I want to go to college or for what I want to go to college. And when you don't see anyone else in your like family go to college, it's like, whoa, like this is really confusing and I don't know what to do. And that's been really hard, trying to like juggle that and like going through this whole experience, kind of feeling alone in a way. And it's just like overwhelming sometimes. It's like you have to keep your grades up, especially when you're not feeling the best, or you're not even like, your mind's not even on grades. A piece of advice I would give to anyone in my position is that it's okay to not have any clue what to do. I know a lot of people, like mentors or people, adults in my life who I look up to, who have continuously told me, Ariana, it's okay. Like, don't freak out. You're going to be okay. Everything will be okay. You don't have to have your whole life story figured out at 16. And like, that's something I'm working on. I'm just trying every day to like focus on myself. And also another advice would be to take things day by day. I know that's really helped me a lot, just don't really worry too much about the future and just focus on yourself. I think that's really important, prioritizing you in the present and not you in the future. It's okay to not know, and talk to someone when you need to talk to someone. I know that whenever I don't want to specifically talk to someone about something, I write it out and I journal. That's something I started this year too. So if you don't feel like talking to someone for whatever reason, write it out. Like, it helps me a lot.
I just wanted to say how much I like your advice when you said don't focus on like you in the future, but like you in the present. Because I don't know, it just really resonates with me, and I think a lot of people, yeah, as first generation, we have to pretend like we have life all figured out, and just immediately after that 4-year education, we're gonna have like a lot of money and be able to help our families, when the truth is, it takes a while, like you said. Like, I have cousins who I think she's like 28. She graduated a couple years ago, and now she has a steady job, and she just finished like paying off her student debt. And I don't know, I just really look up to that, because she didn't have all her life figured out, but now she has a steady job and she's happy. And yeah.
Yeah, I feel like hearing stories of other people and how they didn't have it all figured out, how they were once like in our position, it just feels so nice. It feels like I'm not alone. And it's like, it just constantly is reminding me, it's like, yeah, like you got this, like it's gonna be okay. Like, see, this person didn't have it figured out, but now they're like doing great. So I think it helps, also just to like take in others, like other voices and other people's stories and opinions. So thank you.
I also want to say thank you, Diana, for sharing your story. I can really feel that because I know I can share some of my experience with that. So I know it's like someone expects you to know something that you might not know at this point, but then like you feel the pressure of that. Even if they don't tell you, like even if you're still in high school, they're like, "What are you gonna do? You're a senior. You should know what you're gonna do after. And if you don't know, it's fine. I mean, I've gone through college. It's like it's fine. You can take whatever classes you need, and you can experience. You can take 4 classes of different areas, and it's fine. You're gonna experience. You're gonna go. In my experience, I had an interview psychologist. I had an interview of firefighter. I had an interview of businessman, so I can know like what their life is like. So I can know like if I really want that or if I don't. So it's fine. You just try everything out and see how it works.
I feel like that's really good advice. I feel like I definitely should interview other like people and just to like explore their careers, because I feel like I know in my situation, when it gets a lot and you have a bunch of other like voices and family and like uncles, tios, cousins, everyone's like telling you, what are you gonna do, what are you gonna do, and it's just like surrounding you. It's like a whole little bubble of like, what are you gonna do? I just kind of stay there and I don't like think, like I feel trapped in a way. So that's why I feel like it's nice too. So thank you, because I definitely will be seeing other like opportunities and other ways I can reach out to people by like social distancing and just like figuring out my interests.
Everyone, my name is Francisco Hernandez. Hola a todos, mi nombre es Francisco Hernandez. I'm part of the Youth Promotores, part of the Promotores Preparados track, soy parte de Promotores Preparados guía. Um, Voy a hablar en español porque me siento un poquito más cómodo hablando en español. La historia que les voy a compartir hoy es del tiempo de que yo viví en México y me vine para acá, que fue hace, hasta hice las cuentas, 5 años y 17 días, no es mucho. Um, yo fui a la preparatoria en México, allá viví, tengo 3 hermanos más chicos, mis papás y todo. Y igual también cuando estaba en la prepa era como mi último año era como, oh, ¿qué vas a hacer? ¿Qué vas a estudiar? Y más porque las universidades no están tan cercas, están como 3 horas de donde yo vivo, 4 horas, 5 horas, o si quieres estudiar, tienes que moverte, o sea, tienes que vivir en otro lado, tienes que vivir solo porque te tienes que mantener, que no, tus papás no te pueden apoyar con eso. So, una vez que se hizo septiembre 3 del 2016, mi mamá arregló sus papeles o me arregló a mí como su hijo. En ese momento yo dije, ok, es una oportunidad. Siempre he escuchado, siempre que uno está en México escucha, oh, se vino alguien para los Estados Unidos, trabajó, hizo su casa y todo, ok, lo voy a intentar, ¿qué puede pasar? So, me vine, mis papás no se podían venir, so, me tuve que venir solo. Viví con mi tía por un tiempo, pero mi tía tiene un niño chiquito, so, entonces ella tenía que cuidar a su niño chiquito en vez de como encargarse de mí. Yo llegué a Petaluma, entonces yo fui a Casa Grande de Petaluma, ahí estuve mi junior and senior year, ahí en Petaluma. Um, Sinceramente a mí no me gustó el high school, para nada. Tengo 21 años, ya tengo 2 años y medio en el colegio y la experiencia que yo tuve, a lo mejor porque eran mis primeros 2 años aquí en Estados Unidos y un lugar diferente, un lenguaje diferente, personas diferentes, no conoces a nadie, entonces es muy difícil. A veces te pones a pensar y dices, ¿qué estoy haciendo aquí? No tengo a nadie, ¿quién me va a ayudar? Y todos esos pensamientos te dirigen a otra dirección que no debes de ir. Entonces, una vez que me gradué del high school, fui al colegio y era lo mismo. ¿Quién me va a ayudar? ¿Cómo lo voy a hacer? Me metí a un programa que se llama Puente Program. No sé si lo han escuchado. Muy recomendado. Es del Junior College. Muy recomendado. El maestro que me tocó, los maestros que me tocaron, muy buenos. Y ustedes que se van a entrar al college, está muy recomendado. El programa te ayuda en todo. Si ocupas ayuda mental, si ocupas ayuda financiera, lo que quieras, ahí están ellos. Y son muy buenas personas. Entonces estuve un año en el programa y continué. Al tiempo que entré al colegio no sabía qué estudiar. Igual, como les comentaba, tuve que entrevistar a un psychologist, tuve que entrevistar a un firefighter, tuve que entrevistar a un businessman porque no sabía qué hacer. Dije, voy a intentar, voy a preguntar a la gente cómo viven, qué es lo que hacen, cómo le hicieron para llegar ahí, porque son personas que ya son, que they're successful persons. So, tú miras a ellos y dices, oh, yo quiero ser esa persona, pero ¿qué tuvieron que hacer ellos para que tú llegaras allá, ¿no? Entonces, entrevisté, me dieron sus puntos de vista, hay cosas que no me gustaron y terminé yendo con, con siendo firefighter. So, desde ese momento, 2017, empecé a ver, todavía estaba en high school y pensaba pero no lo hacía, pero una vez que estaba en el colegio empecé a moverme más, empecé a ir a la fire station, empecé a ver con las personas de ahí, empecé a preguntarles cómo lo hicieron, qué es lo que hago. Hay veces que te vas a topar con obstáculos, esos siempre va a haber personas que no te quieren ver bien, pero no te quieren ver mejor que ellos. Eso siempre. Entonces, ignora eso. Soy una persona quizá muy callada, no comento mucho o no me expreso mucho, pero soy muy positiva, ¿no? Soy muy positivo en las cosas que hago. Si me pongo una meta, digo, la tengo que hacer, porque si no soy yo, ¿quién más lo va a hacer? Nadie va a venir a mover mis cosas, nadie va a hacer mi tarea por mí, nadie va a preguntar por mí. Entonces, lo que haces es echarle ganas y no tener miedo. Es una cosa, no tener miedo. Ya se pueden dar cuenta, estoy en mi uniforme. No me pude poner la playera porque estoy trabajando. Estoy en Tahoe ahorita. Estoy trabajando para el estado, California Conservation Corp. Nos encargamos de los fuegos, que es manejar los fire camps. So, es algo que siempre he querido hacer. Me gustaría más estar ahí, a un lado del fuego, ¿no? Hacer todo lo que están haciendo. No necesariamente arriesgando mis vidas, sino protegiendo las que hay. Pero, pues, a veces la vida no te lleva al lugar que quieres hacer, pero es darle tiempo, darle tiempo. A veces dicen, no voltees para atrás, siempre para adelante, siempre para adelante. Es la cultura mexicana, siempre, oh, no mires para abajo ni para atrás, para adelante y para arriba, eso es lo que haces. Pero a veces hay que mirar para atrás, miras para atrás, ¿qué has hecho? En 2 meses, un año, ¿qué has hecho? Oh, saqué un certificado, estoy en una internship. Miras para atrás y dices, si pude hacer eso, ¿por qué no puedo hacer más? Por qué me estoy deteniendo ahorita? No, simplemente te miras para atrás para que veas que sí puedes hacer más. O miras a alguien que ya tiene su trabajo, miras a alguien que ya va a la escuela y dices, si él lo pudo hacer, ¿por qué yo no puedo? Tenemos las mismas habilidades. Puede que unas personas tomen un poco más de tiempo hacer las cosas, pero eso no es la cosa. Es echarle ganas y no dejar por abajo tus metas exactamente. Yo pienso que lo que a mí me faltó fue no mis papás, porque aprendí mucho. Vivir solo es complicado, pero no es difícil. Yo pienso que me hizo falta más como un amigo que yo lo pudiera compartir. O sabes que me está pasando esto, o sabes que en la escuela me pasó esto, pero simplemente no conversaba mucho. No fue hasta 2 años y medio que conocí a mi novia y le contaba todo y ella como que, wow, de verdad estás pasando por eso. Y se quedaba como, wow, de verdad estás haciendo eso. Y yo como, yo lo miraba normal, ¿verdad? Pero otras personas lo cuentas y dices, se impresionan o dicen, no, deberías hacer estas cosas, te dan consejos pues para hacer las cosas mejor. Y, y no fue hasta ese tiempo que empecé a platicar las cosas, que empecé a decirles a mis papás sí les cuento cosas, pero no les cuento tantas cosas. ¿Por qué? Porque sé que tienen sus propias responsabilidades, tienen a mis hermanos y no quiero cargarles otro peso. Igual, comparto la misma experiencia con ustedes. Soy first generation and I'm the older sibling. So, es lo mismo. So, esperan que cumplas todo lo que dices si no lo dices, ellos te dicen y esperan que tú lo cumplas. Entonces, es complicado y también porque eres un modelo para tus hermanos. So, si tú haces las cosas mal, ellos van a seguir tus pasos y van a hacer las cosas mal. So, ellos esperan que tú hagas las cosas bien para que todos las hagan bien. Que ese no es el problema. Tú lo haces bien porque lo quieres hacer bien y a lo mejor quieres hacer orgulloso a tus papás de lo que haces, pero no significa que si haces las cosas mal, que si te equivocas, te vas a quedar ahí. No, es, si hiciste las cosas mal, ¿qué vas a hacer bien para que eso se solucione? ¿O qué vas a hacer mejor la siguiente vez para poder moverte para adelante? Entonces, sí me hizo falta lo del amigo o más bien, no un amigo, sino una persona con quien platicar igual. Mi tía tenía su niño chiquito, entonces ella tenía que cuidar a su niño y era como que yo llegaba, oh, me pasó esto y era como un poco complicado porque igual yo me vine de México y ella se había venido desde antes. Supuestamente yo la conocí cuando yo estaba chiquito, pero ahorita pues como es como un extraño, o sea, no puedes compartir ciertos sentimientos o no te puedes abrir tan fácil hacia una persona o cosas complicadas, no puedes hacerlo. Entonces, era eso. Y un consejo que yo les daría a todos, siempre dicen, ponte las pilas y échale ganas, pero no nomás es eso, es como, mira qué estás haciendo, cuáles son tus metas y cúmplelas. Toma tiempo, claro. Igualmente, si no sabes qué hacer, tómate un tiempo, o sea, experimenta, pregunta a las personas, no tengas miedo de preguntar lo que sea. Si tu tío que te dice, oh, yo hice esto y esto, ok, ¿cómo lo hizo? O tu tía, oh, trabajo para quién sabe quién, oh, y esa persona gana mucho dinero, ok, ¿cómo le hizo esa persona para ganar mucho dinero? ¿Qué puedo aprender yo de los demás y aplicarlo de la manera que yo quiero en mi vida? Tu vida no va a ser igual. como la de los demás, jamás. Todos somos diferentes, todos tenemos diferentes ideas, todos tenemos diferentes pensamientos. Ok, ¿qué puedo aprender yo de ustedes? ¿Qué puedo aprender yo de mis maestros? ¿Qué puedo aprender de mis supervisores? Yo lo puedo aplicar en mi vida para hacerlo mejor, ¿no? Entonces es eso, aprende lo más que puedas. Dicen, el tiempo de cuando estás pequeño es cuando aprendes más, no sé, 15, 25 años es cuando aprendes más. Ok, si este es el tiempo, entonces lo voy a aprovechar. Porque siempre dicen, no, vienes de México y ya no puedes estudiar porque no sabes inglés. O vienes de México y ya no puedes entrar a la escuela. Ok, entonces tengo que buscar otra manera de aprender, no necesariamente la escuela. Igual, la escuela te abre puertas, pero hay más formas de ser successful in life. So yo pienso que es simplemente hacer tu vida como tú la quieres hacer, no tanto cumplir lo que los demás quieren para ti. Sí, los quieres hacer orgullosos de lo que haces, quieres que estén felices, pero tú tienes que estar feliz con tu vida, tú tienes que sentirte que tu vida vale la pena y que puedes hacer más de lo que estás haciendo ahorita.
Yo solo quería decir que gracias por compartir tu historia y yeah, es una historia muy impresionante y yo no sé, debería estar muy orgulloso de lo que has hecho y es muy interesante lo que haces de like el conservation o eso de um, trabajar para el Estado para hacer eso de los incendios. Muy interesante, especialmente con lo que ha estado ocurriendo en los últimos como 5 años aquí en Sonoma County. Y yo no sé, me gustó mucho tu piece of advice, porque yo no sé, yo soy una hermana grande, pero conociendo que tú eres ya como más grande y has podido como explorar más como la escuela y como ser un adulto, me hace como, no seguir tus pasos, pero nomás me da una idea de cómo voy a poder hacerlo yo y como no sentir la presión de ya tener todo averiguado. So, gracias por tu punto de vista.
Ya, gracias por compartir tu historia. Sí, yo creo que esa historia de que dices de que ser como adulto y no tener tus papás ahí me inspira porque enseña que sí se pueden hacer las cosas y en verdad, si tú quieres hacerlo, lo puedes hacer y solo, aunque a veces no es lo preferido, sería como nice tener a alguien a tu lado, pero nada más escuchando que sí se puede es nada más, es nice to hear.
Thank you for all your comments. Thank you. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
Once again, thank you guys for listening to us. It was a pretty good experience. If you want to hear more of us and more of our crew and our group, you can go ahead and go to latinoserviceproviders.com.